I'm just letting you guys know straight up what's happening. I'm okay. I'm no longer sick. My blood tests are good. I am feeling better. No, I don't have diabetes. No, I don't have kidney failure. Why have I looked so fat on this channel? Why? Like, you look at me now and you're like, you look so different than you did like 2 days. Like, how'd you lose all the weight? How are you losing weight, Nikocado? I'm gonna tell you the truth, straight up. Hi guys, it's me, Nikocado. Welcome to my channel. So, I don't even know how I'm gonna title this video. I have my blood test results here. I'm gonna tell you about how healthy I actually am. I'm making this video to let you guys know I am okay. Physically and mentally, I'm in such a better place right now, and I wanna tell you about it. I made a video that scared a lot of you guys. It also scared myself. Talking about kidney failure, diabetes, being fat. You guys, I'm not fat. Actually, in fact, I've already lost up to 10 pounds. I don't know if you can tell. That's why I put my things, I'm like, look at this, ooh, more definition, you know? Sorry if that's cringy, but you know what? I've always been cringy. I'm a cringy guy, I can't lie. I talked about diabetes and kidney failure, and I wasn't diagnosed with that. I was saying those things because that's what I thought I had, and I was so afraid I didn't even go to the doctors for a few days. I had the flu. I had the flu. It was a very bad case of the flu. You guys know when Kiwi bit my finger, the sloth, that was torture for me. There's another episode I had where I should have gone to, oh, my eye, when my eye got infected. Do you guys remember that? I waited days and days and days to go to the hospital because I was so afraid. I have diagnosed phobia and fear of medically related things. Doctors, needles, bloods, veins, nurses, hospitals, ambulances. It freaks me out. It always has since I was a child. I can't help it. It's a psychological mental disorder. And so what you see as being no big deal is actually a big deal to me. In my eyes, in my perspective, it's night and day. It terrifies me. I am petrified of going to the doctors. I'm petrified of stuff like that. And so I worked myself up in the head. I'm not diagnosed with hypochondria, but I think I have that. I read someplace that, oh, if your knee hurts, it means you have kidney disorder, and then I believe that I have kidney disorder. It's a real issue. I mean, I have been very open about all my medical problems and stuff. You know, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I was diagnosed when I was a kid. ADD, attention deficit disorder. Basically, you can't focus. I've been to therapy since a child. I was put on medication starting at 7 years old. I was 7 years old. I haven't been on medication, whether you think that's good or not, since 2012, 2011 is when I stopped, and I've never taken it again. I have my reasons. The reasons that I had are no longer the reasons I currently have, but I've developed new reasons, and you might say they're excuses. For me, they're reasons, and I'll get into that in a whole nother video. Today is about my blood tests. To let you guys know I am healthy, I am okay. I'm sorry for scaring you. I look at my comments nowadays, and everyone is just like, I thought you were dying. Isn't he supposed to be dead? So much for diabetes. Look at what he's eating, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, no. I am actually thinking about just deleting that video because here's the thing. I treat YouTube like a diary. You know when you go on Facebook and you're scrolling through your friends, and you know some people, they post like their outfit. Some people are very professional and use Facebook strictly for like networking. By the way, I'm showing off my arm. Yeah, because these go very, very low. It looks a little, I like them short. Some people treat Facebook like a diary. You know that person. We all have that friend on Facebook that posts 50 times a day. I coughed. I stepped on gum. I'm on the toilet. You know, all this kind of crazy things. Posting their food, everything. That's me. And it shouldn't be that much of a surprise if you've ever watched any one of my videos all the way through. I talk about everything that comes to my mind. Everything that is my life. My relationships, my struggles. When I fall down to the ground, I let you know I'm on the ground, help, I need to get back up. When I'm really high and feeling good, not high, but you know, feeling good on life, I let you know. And I treat YouTube like a diary. So that is why I made that video. I don't have many friends, honestly. I've had friends. I've had lots of different friends throughout my life, but no one ever really close. I have Orlin, and Orlin's like my best friend. I tell him everything. He knows everything about me. He knows me better than myself. But that can only do so much. Everyone needs that other person to talk to. Everyone needs that outlet, you know? I don't have that. I also live in Colombia where I don't speak the language. I don't talk to the neighbors. I don't give papaya. It's a saying here. I'm not even gonna say it in Spanish. Something, don't give papaya, which means don't show off what you have. Don't let people know who you are. It's for safety reasons. And so that's really stuck. That was the first thing I was taught coming to this country. Don't let people know who you are. Don't give papaya. Don't show off your jewelry. Don't talk about your life, because there's a saying here too. Everything has a price on their head. Everyone has a price. That's what it is. So I don't really talk to my family much. I mean, it's not like it's on bad terms, but we're not exactly friends. And my parents really don't like me. It's been made very clear throughout my life. Especially once I went to college, it was like, yeah, we're done. You know, I will go 7 months without hearing from my parents, and that's normal. Whereas Orlin talked to his mom pretty much every day. So I don't really have anyone. And that's why I make videos where I'm kind of reaching out for help. It's like a call for help. A lot of people are saying he's doing it for attention. Oh, it's made up. You guys, I don't make up anything on this channel. Now you're saying, well, you just said you had diabetes, and I understand it. Okay. Well, if you watch the video, I'm not saying I have diabetes. I'm brainstorming as to what could be wrong with me. But a lot of people saw the title, they freaked out, and then now they're attacking my video. Well, not attacking, but they're leaving complaints and worrisome, all this kind of stuff on my videos saying, you know, you should be taking care of yourself. You guys, I had the flu. I had the flu. It was a very bad case of the flu. It was the worst case of flu I've had since I can remember. You know, everyone gets the flu once a year, you know, or a lot of you guys, you take flu shots, which I did not do. And you know, when you have the flu, what happens? You get muscle pains, joint pains, bone aches, headaches, you get the shakes, you get the shivers, you can't sleep at night, you're hot and cold at the same time, you have a fever, you're sweating, you're shivering. It's like as if someone poisoned your drink, you're taking drugs. I remember one time I got the flu, and the first thing my parents asked, because I fainted. I fainted in the shower and I smashed my head into the mirror and glass went everywhere. My parents came running downstairs. I remember I went into my bed and my mom and dad followed me and they said, Nick, tell us the truth. Tell us the truth. What did you take? What did you take to make you so sick? What drugs did you do with your friends? I was like, I've never done drugs, Mom, I swear. And I really hadn't. It was just the flu. Another thing I want to bring up is my weight. I know I've made many posts and videos about like, oh, I'm getting fat, oh, I'm so fat, and then it goes away in a few days. I'm like, oh, it was just water retention. Then I get fat again, and everyone sees me going like this. I'm like this big accordion. I have water retention problems. I will wake up one day and my face will be so bloated. I'll wake up another day and my arms will have like this huge, it'll sink down like Dumbo. I am not fat shaming any people. I'm talking about myself here. And what I notice, this is my body, this is my spirit, this is the body that God gave me, and it has a lot of issues with water. I'm letting you know what I experience, all right? Let's just make that clear. I'm not not queer. I'm not fat shaming anyone. I've been overweight for a long period of time in my life. I have overweight friends. It's not about that. It's about me and what I notice physically, but also what you guys notice physically. I have water retention problems, but also I did gain a little bit of weight from doing... Here's part of the explanation. I really need to read you these. This is the main focus of the video, but hold on. Why did I get so sick with the flu? Well, everyone gets the flu from just being around germs. People think that I got so sick from my food. My food does have a little bit to do with it, but number one, I just want to say, you don't get the flu from food. You get the flu from viruses. I had a very, very, very bad case of the flu when I was a raw foodist back in 2014. Oh, I thought I was gonna die. If I had a YouTube channel back then, I would have grabbed the camera and cried to you like a little old baby as I did 2 weeks ago. That's me, that's my personality. And that, you know, I don't deal well with pain. Remember the phobia I told you about with medical stuff? I literally felt like I was about to die. But anyways, so I did not get sick because of what I was eating necessarily. I got the flu probably from traveling because I went through 50 billion airports in the last month. Now this brings me to my second point. Why have I looked so fat on this channel? Why, like, you look at me now and you're like, you look so different than you did like 2 days. Like, how'd you lose all the weight? How are you losing weight, Nikocado? I'm gonna tell you the truth, straight up. I feel like I've already talked about it before, but a lot of you guys don't watch my videos all the way through, so I'm gonna tell you now in a specific video dedicated to this, so that there's no more confusion, because I don't want to confuse you guys. I don't. It's just my life is crazy sometimes, but hear me out. I am not fat. This is what happened to me though. And by the way, those of you that have already heard this in my mukbang, which I didn't start talking about till like 30 minutes in, which probably most people on this channel didn't hear, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to either fast forward or listen to it again. I went to Asia for my honeymoon with Orlin, right? I went to Asia for 6 months. 6 weeks, pretty much. When I went to Asia, I was not exercising. I mean, sure, I was walking around in the sun, but as you guys watched those videos, I took Uber from here, Uber from there. I took the train from here to there. I took motorcycle cabs, as you can hear outside, motorcycles. I took taxi, well, like twice taxis. They were kind of a scam. I didn't do much exercise. Here in Colombia, I have a regular routine of exercise, both cleaning the house, which before you say cleaning is not exercise, yes it is. I have a 3-story apartment, and no, it's not a mansion like people were saying under that video. Oh, you live in a mansion. No, it's a 2-bedroom apartment, but it's divided into 3 floors because it's a very narrow, small, just Google Brazil, Colombian, Venezuelan brick house, and that's what it is. It just goes up and up. It's very narrow. So just literally cleaning up me and Orlin. I am the maid. We have 5 pets. They don't clean themselves. That is 3 hours a day of cleaning, pretty much. 2 to 3 hours a day of sweeping, of mopping, of doing this, clean up after the kiwi and Mr. Noodle and all my stuff. So there's that. But also, I ride my bike. And Colombia is very mountainous. And it's not that mountainous where we are, but you guys know all I have to do is go like 20 minutes that way on my bike and it just goes straight, steep hill. There's mountains around us. So, yes, I get good exercise. All right, keep that in mind. Going to Asia, eating high MSG foods, eating foods I'd never had before, like bugs and these weird noodles and seafood. Lots of new foods, let's just say. And on top of that, not only was I not having my regular routine, I'm out of my routine, but it's humid and hot. Thailand is one of the most humid places on the planet. It's super humid. It's more humid than the Amazons here in Colombia, okay? When it's humid, your body swells. You guys know this. It's 99 degrees outside, 99 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm bloated from the durian. I'm allergic to sulfa. That's the only medical thing I'm allergic to. Sulfa. Sulfa also means sulfur. There's sulfur in durian. I found out I was allergic to sulfur when I took Proactive, which is like 7% sulfur. Put it on my face and I woke up the next day like, went to the doctor, couldn't go to school. It was quite the show. My hands look like sausages. So I was bloated and sick from the durian because I'm allergic to it, even though I still eat it because it's good. It's like the people that love peanut butter, but they shouldn't eat it, but they still do because they love it. So there's that. Number 2, I have an allergy to MSG, especially if I eat in large quantity. I mean, there's MSG in Doritos and Cheetos, and there's a little MSG in Chinese food down the street, but not to the quantity that if you're Asian, specifically Thai or Malaysian, you guys add MSG like salt. You know, it's a fact. And those people on that side of the world are used to it. I'm not used to it. So those 2 things, plus the heat, plus not exercising, plus here's the 5th thing. I was stuffing my face. And I remember like halfway through the trip, I felt so sick and I just felt so bad from the MSG and the durian. And everyone's like, just eat some bananas, just eat some rice, just go out and eat a salad. And I was torn because it cost me so much money to go that side of the world, right? It cost me so much. I spent thousands. And I'm not complaining. It was a wonderful time, but I spent a lot of money to be there. Everything was ×2. The plane tickets, the hotel, the food, ×2. Me and Orlin. If I'm spending all this money, I do not want to eat potatoes, which I eat every day here in Colombia. I don't want to eat rice. I want to eat sushi and Ethiopian food and Korean food and Japanese food and Muslim food. Remember I went to all those Muslim restaurants? And yes, the restaurants were called Muslim restaurant. What else can I call it? Lebanese, Arabic food, Middle Eastern food, whatever you want to call it. I have the spice of life. I got to appreciate and enjoy all these different types of foods, all these different cultures. That's what I wanted to get out of Thailand. So I put up with it. I kind of suffered. It was nice. I got to eat the food. I got to entertain you guys. But I didn't feel that good. But at the same time, I was telling myself, I only have a limited time here. I'm never going to be back on this side of the world again. I'm going to eat what I can't get for the rest of my life. So I shoved it in. So that's what happened. And that happened for 6 weeks, all right? I'm out of my exercise routine. I'm shoving food down my throat. It's very hot and humid. I'm not exercising. I'm allergic to this, and I'm still eating it. It was a struggle. That happened for 6 weeks. It was an accumulation in my body. And then I came home for a few days, and I went straight to Canada to go see Carly. Hi, Carly, if you're watching. Carly and Connor Bobe. Hey, if you're watching. I love them so much. I remember how I said I don't have friends. Well, I don't really have much friends, but I feel like they're a good friend to me. They're like my closest YouTuber friends. And you're gonna be like, well, that's sad, you just met them. Well, you know, so what? So what? You know, I really love them, both of them. Anyways, I had an amazing time. There's no complaints. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about what I did. I ate, and I ate some more. I had a little alcohol. I stayed up late. I didn't exercise. I was still out of my routine. It was the whole thing from Asia, being out of my routine, extended for another 10 days. And on top of that, I am terrified of flying on planes nowadays. I don't know why. I know I said I don't talk to my parents as much, which I don't. Speaking of Carly, she just texted me. Are bananas allowed on the keto diet? I thought it was low carb. I know, I'm so bad at diets. That's another thing I'm about to get into. I'm doing the keto diet for like 7 days max to give it a try. It's not forever. I will be eating noodles and cheese again. It's just a little bit to try. But anyways, so good to hear from you. What was I saying? Yeah, so it was just an accumulation in my body. Now that I'm back and then by the time I got back, I was talking about the airplanes. I'm petrified. I'm so afraid of airplanes. I'm afraid of flying. I'm afraid of being in the air. I don't know why. And so what do? I eat a lot of junk to help numb myself. The second time around, coming back from Canada, Carly pointed out these really good sleeping pills that kind of make you pass out. And that helped. But I had never taken any other time. I don't know why. I don't have anything against that, but I keep telling myself, oh, that's not healthy. But then again, I'm eating McDonald's and stuff. I know that's not healthy. But that's what I did. I ate fast food, junk food, shoved it in to help with my fear of flying. I come back to Colombia and boom, I'm sick. Body aches, twitching and turning, night sweats, fever, muscle aches, joint pain, bone hurting. Oh my God, I felt like I was gonna die. I caught the flu, which was producing all those symptoms. On top of that, I had been eating not so great, but also being out of my routine for basically 2 months, which probably lowered my immune system to the point which allowed me to be susceptible to getting the flu. You know, people are passed by the flu every day, but it depends how strong their bodies are that they get it. A virus, I'm sorry, I actually shouldn't say that. That is medically false. That's medically false. A virus is like glass. If you step on the glass, it doesn't matter what kind of foot you have. If you're a black person, white person, Chinese, Japanese, it doesn't matter where part of the earth you're from. If you step on the glass will go through your foot. We all have feet, right? We're all human beings. Viruses, the funny thing about viruses is that they're unknown. We don't know if they come from aliens. We don't even know if they're dead or alive. Isn't that crazy? Viruses, is it dead or is it alive? We don't know. We know very little about viruses, and the flu is one of them. And there's new flus coming up every single year. There's new traces of these viruses. We don't even understand their components, how they're formed. It's not like bacteria where we're like, here's the membrane, the cells, blah, blah, blah. Viruses are like ghosts. They're crazy. So I'm sorry, that was medically incorrect. I'm not saying like I'm a correct person all the time, but I do know that as a fact. Orlin taught me that. So, again, See, I'm already instinctually linking my sickness to my diet, when in fact, it doesn't matter if I was a vegan, a raw foodist, a vegetarian, if I was on the paleo diet, or if I'm eating junk all the time, or if I'm a mukbanger. If you step on the glass, your foot will go through, it will go through your foot, and that's what happened to me. I'm okay. I feel so much better. I feel so much better now that I'm back in my routine. I have been riding my bike every day and I feel so good. I come back from exercising and I do a mukbang and I feel so good. I've been able to eat healthier off camera. I don't feel pressured to eat Ethiopian and Korean and all these other cuisines because I'm not in Thailand anymore. Also, I'm not with when I was with Carly, I wanted to have fun and so I'm back home. I'm back home. Shooby-doo, I'm back home. And I'm finally feeling so much better. The flu is gone. I still have a little bit of coughing. Today's day 3 or day 4? Day 3 of taking out dairy. Now, the video that you're gonna see after this was pre-recorded like a week ago, just to let you know. No, not a week ago, like 5 days ago. The day before I announced I was doing the ketogenic diet. Let's bring that up too. Oh my gosh, this is such a long video. I haven't even started reading you my results. So when I went to the doctors, I went twice. The first time was to see what the heck's wrong with me. They said, you have the flu, don't worry, you're fine. So the doctor told me I'm fine, and then they took my blood, and they analyzed my blood for vitamins, iron, serum, lipidols, cholesterol. It's in Spanish, but by the way, I have cut out probably 5 or 6 coughs just in this video. I've cut them out because I don't want to make you feel sad, or I'm not looking for pity right now. Sometimes I am looking for someone to hold my hand because I am a crybaby. That's just how I am, but right now I'm not. I'm trying to explain to you that I'm okay. But I do have a cough. When I went to pick up my blood tests from the doctor, he said, do you eat a lot of dairy? And I said, yeah. He said, do a test. Just take it out for a week. And it's so funny when he said that. Now this is all translated. Orlin goes with me, obviously, because I don't speak Spanish. And coming back home, we took the bus and I was like, Orlin, it's you. I mean, he knows, I know. Growing up, I had a chronic cough that plagued my whole life. Ever since I was a child, I have had a very bad cough. It doesn't have like a specific diagnosis because no doctor, no medical professional, no analyst, whatever you want to call it, has ever been able to figure out what's wrong with me. I have got my parents, thank you mom. My mom's a nurse and so she believes in trying everything, seeing everyone, getting lots of opinions. And I'm glad she did. It didn't solve anything. And I'm not gonna get into, I mean, I could go on and on about the whole thing, but basically I had this, I don't want to say chronic cough, but it is kind of chronic. Chronic means it comes and lasts for more than a few months at a time every year, which it did. I had this cough that would come up every fall and last through the entire winter and wouldn't go away until springtime. I got tested for allergies. I had throat scans. I don't know. I just went through so many medical tests, like a cough, and it was always a tickle in my throat. My lungs would feel bruised, my rib cage hurt. It would keep my mom, if she's probably not watching this, but if you are mom, you remember I would stay up so late, all night long. I couldn't even sleep. It would keep me from sleeping. And that's what's been happening here. I've tried everything from asthma sprays to nozzle drains, swashes, to pills of every kind, to getting tested for this and this, but it happened every single year at the very same time. I have a theory. Now let me tell you what happened. So I went to college, right? When I went to college, I decided to go vegan because my friend was vegan. And for the first time in my entire life, at that time I was what, 19? For the first time in 19 years of living, my cough was gone. People think I really, I bash the whole vegan lifestyle and everything. And personally, will I ever go vegan again? No. Do I think eating 100% vegan for your whole life is either good or even necessary? No, I don't believe that anymore. I still am a firm believer that we need more plant foods than society is currently eating. But I don't feel like vegan is the answer. I feel like there's too many holes, and again, I'm not going to get into that. Going vegan for a short amount of time can be very beneficial because it takes a long time to deplete your mineral storages. The B12 that's stored in your liver, it doesn't go away in a week. It's going to take months and months and months and months and months and months for that. So you could be vegan for a year, have perfect blood tests, feel great, and be fine because your body has storages. I was on the path, you know, for me, it was long term. And the camera died, so I had to turn it back on and restart it. But, so what was I saying? Yeah, so long term, I have my doubts and I have my questions. But short term, hey, I don't discourage anyone from trying anything in life. You know, doing things for a few weeks or a few months or even a year is very different than someone doing it for 5 years or a decade. You know what I mean? So anyways, the cough was gone. The cough was gone. I don't want to get teary-eyed, I don't want to cry, but it felt good. It felt good to feel good. I also started exercising too. That was the first time ever I kind of started working out at the gym. Kind of. I didn't have a trainer. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was doing mostly cardio. I mean, I was still skinny as a twig. But I felt very good. And my mom, she was doubtful that, oh, it had to be vegan. She was like, well, maybe it's the fact you're doing exercise too. But she said, nonetheless, I'm very happy for you. You know, but I said, Mom, all those years, all that money, no one asked me what I was eating. How that could have been linked to the mucus. And I remember, like I was saying, right before I went to college, the last thing, we were seeing this doctor regularly, over and over and over. The next step was literally surgery. I remember, Mom, if you're watching, you'll remember. Orlin asked me what it was to, and I can't even tell you because I don't even remember. I don't even remember the procedure. I had to do something in my lungs, taking out a piece. I think they were going to do a biopsy of my lungs to get a better idea, and then do some kind of surgery or something. But he was the doctor that figured it out for me. It was mucus related. It was mucus related. So basically I have a buildup of mucus. It drips down my trachea, drips down my throat. It tickles my right here and it makes me cough. So many other doctors thought it was my lungs was the problem. They didn't realize it was here. This was the cause. This was the effect. This is the symptom. This is what you notice, but this was the source. Once I took all animal products. I didn't eat eggs, I didn't eat fish, I didn't eat meat, I didn't eat dairy. I didn't even eat a lot of processed food. I was and it went away. I was like, oh my God. I stopped being vegan. It didn't come back, and I was like, oh. But I wasn't non-vegan for a long enough time. I went back to vegan. I was vegan for like 5 years straight, and I stopped being vegan. It's been almost a year since I stopped being vegan. This cough reminds me so much of the problem I had as a child. I'm gonna be honest. But anyway, today is day 4 of taking out the dairy to see if it's going to affect the mucus. Also, I decided to do like ketogenic based and take out the carbs, and I'm not liking it. I like carbs, and I don't. It is a fact, a scientific fact. For every gram, I said it backwards in KFC, by the way. Excuse me, here's the truth. For every 1 gram of carbohydrate, your body holds on to 3 grams of water. 1 gram is 3 grams of water. So if you're eating 200 grams of carbs a day, that's like 600 grams of water. If you're eating 1,000 grams of carbs, I mean, I don't know how many carbs I can eat, but you get the idea. Mucus thrives when you're more hydrated, ironically. You're supposed to stay hydrated, but it will make more mucus. And so the doctor told me take out dairy and lower your carbs significantly. He said focus on fats, on proteins, on eggs, on fish, on chicken, lots of vegetables and greens. I've been having salad. Well, you guys know I've been doing green juice, and that's been... The ginger helps, but it's like it tricks your mind. It's not actually solving the problem. It's tricking your mind. It's helping with the symptom, the whole ginger thing. I've been having that in all my mukbangs this whole week. You guys have been watching all of my mukbangs. Here they are. I've been going into detail about a lot of this stuff. But anyways, that's why I'm making this video, because I feel like a lot of you guys, you're freaked out because of that video of me saying, oh my god, I have diabetes. And I don't. And I feel, I'm probably going to delete that video, and I just don't, it's not true. I wasn't lying. I didn't say in the video I had it, but it's the impression I gave, and that's the impression I gave myself. That's the problem. I'm crazy. And this is my diary. So anyways, you guys, today's day 4 of ketogenic. I'm thinking about not staying ketogenic, but keeping dairy out. I don't think it's the carbs. I ate tons of carbs when I didn't say cure it, but it didn't ever come back for the first time in my life when I went to college. Actually, when I stopped being vegan, remember I made that big dramatic video? I'm such a drama queen. I know I am. Where I was like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 I'm so sad. Well, I was sad, and everything I said in that video was accurate in terms of how I felt. But a lot of people had asked me, like the week afterwards, or the 2 weeks afterwards, oh my god, how you feel, what do you think? And I always told people, if I had to choose a greater evil, you know, I don't think meat and dairy are evil. I feel like I have a genetic disorder where I'm susceptible to too much mucus production. There's plenty of people that eat dairy and they're just fine, so don't take it that way. However, if I had to choose one that's probably worse than the other, I think meat is healthier for us than dairy. Oh yeah. Fish, chicken, lean meats bring so much more value than cheese and butter. I personally believe if you had to look at them side by side, look at their pros, look at the cons, weigh them, and choose. That's why I still eat meat. And you know, I feel great. I just had sardines. I had sardines right before I'm here turning on the camera, and I feel great. No, it's very different. I also feel like when you combine too much meat with too many carbs, that's a problem. If you combine too much dairy with too much meat, it's all the combination. That's why there's so many diets. High carb, keep the fat low. High fat, keep the carbs low. High protein, keep the carbs and fat low. Low protein, keep that up. There's so many different ways to be healthy and to feel good and live. That's why I don't believe the whole vegan thing anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm rambling. I haven't even read. So this is my life update, you guys. I am fine. My tests are perfect. So it's in Spanish. Well, technically Latin, but I don't know that either. Lipidos. Do you guys know what lipidos is? Lipidos. Basically, that means fats, lipids. And the first thing that they have is cholesterol. Mine is 152, and they have brackets. And Orland told me it changes per country. Every country has their range. In Colombia, they say it should be between 90 and 210. So mine is pretty much smack dab in the middle. That was the only thing I was super surprised on. I wasn't really worried about vitamins. I eat so much food, there's no way I can be deficient in vitamins. I take B12 injections, so I wasn't worried about the B12. I guess I'm prone to being low in B12. It's a really case-by-case scenario. Everyone's very different. I wasn't worried about iron or calcium. I wasn't even worried about sugar because I'm not eating tons of fruit like I used to. Like, I feel like it should have been okay. But I was like cholesterol, you know, all that cheese. And I was very surprised, you know, and I said, Orland, maybe it's because I didn't eat. Because when I got sick, I basically went 5 days without eating. Well, not eating at all, but eating very little by the time I got to the doctors, because you guys know I freaked out and Orland's like, please go to the doctors. I finally went to the doctors. Yeah, so I was just like, maybe because I didn't eat much food, the cholesterol is pretty good. He goes, you do realize if you have clinical high levels of cholesterol. Is that a word? Clinical? If you have high levels of cholesterol, it takes months to get them back low. Even weeks, months. Like there's no way you would, if you had high cholesterol, that you lowered it in 4 days. There's no way. So I was very surprised by that. That's good. Okay. Those are triglycerides. Mine is 87, and the range for me is between 0 to 150. So that's good. That's pretty much in the middle as well. I wasn't too worried about that. HDL cholesterol. Enores escaman plaque pseudo. It is 69, and all it says, it has like a little greater symbol. It says it should be greater than 42. Mine's 69. So greater than 42, mine's 69, which is greater than 42, so that's good. LDL, honestly, I don't even know the difference between LDL and HDL, but I'm just gonna read you the numbers. 51, and the range says between 0 and 100. So it seems to be in the middle. We have iron, serum, iron for me is 15, umelo per liter, so something per liter, I don't know, it just has a range, and it says between 10 and 27. So that's good. Ferritin, 69, the range is 15 to 200. I don't know what those things are. This video is gonna take forever. I just wanna focus on the things that worry me and worry, like the big things you guys. Sodium, that was fine. Potassium is fine. Glucose, uric, cordium, calcium. I mean, all the numbers were fine. The only other thing I'm gonna read you is B12. B12 for me was 427, and the range is between 100 and 600. So that's very, very high. PLOM of L. That's very high, but that's a good thing, I think. I don't think there's negative effects to come from too much B12. I do take injections. I do eat a lot of fortified foods. I do eat chicken and meat and fish, which B12 is high in naturally, so my B12 is very good. And I know there's gonna be haters under this video that be like, oh, well, you're still eating McDonald's. I've still seen you eat McDonald's. You still eat Doritos sometimes, and you eat a lot of junk, so I don't care if your blood work's okay. It doesn't mean you're healthy. I understand where you're coming from. At the same time, it's like blood work is the best idea of where you're at, all right? If you have cancer, the blood work is important. If you have diabetes, the blood work is important. How am I supposed to know what's happening in my cells? How else are you gonna determine how much fat is in my blood? How much sugar is roaming around? How much, this and that? Do I have enough calcium, It's the same thing, when I go vegan. And, well, anyone, here's a standard situation. Some guy goes vegan, and then he puts out his blood work, and then everyone's that don't want to believe that his vegan diet is healthy, be like, oh, well, your blood work's okay, but it still doesn't mean you're healthy, But it does say, it does say a lot. Does it say everything? No, you can also do a urine test, bone scan, bone density scan, brain scan to see how you are mentally. I don't know. It does say enough to get an idea of what's happening, and I am okay. I'm talking about finding God in my mukbangs, right? Like, what? Do I want to be religious? I don't know. I feel like I should be, but finding God in the whole thing. Well, if there is a God, if there is the God that I imagine of there is, if the whatever, something's on my side right now. I'm okay, and I'm feeling better already. Not only the blood work good, but I am back to riding my bike. I am back to eating good food. And I think taking out dairy for a few days or even a week, I don't know how long I'm going to continue. I know I've said in my videos I'm doing ketogenic. It's not going to be forever. Will I eat carbs again? Yes. I mean, I feel like I'm going to start sneaking them back in because I don't feel amazing eating just like meat. But I do personally believe taking out dairy can really make a big effect. It's done it for me in the past. And the fact that I've gone through such a big change in my life with taking out dairy, it's good. My problem is I tend to overdo dairy. I feel like if I have dairy if I have a cheesy mukbang for you twice a week, even 3 times a week, if that's all the cheese I eat for the week, I think that's fine. I'm one of those people that once I start eating cheese, I eat it every day of every minute. When I was see, here's the thing, growing up, I was vegetarian for 10 years, but I would add cheese to my breakfast, I would have cheese for lunch, and I would have cheese for dinner. I would overdo the cheese, all right? Now that I'm back in my routine with exercise, with balancing out my foods, I feel like once the cough is gone, I'm gonna bring cheese back into my diet, but I'm not gonna overdo it like I had been like the week prior to getting sick. Carly, Aunt Steph's mac and cheese was great, but it really did make a lot of mucus for me. I ate cheese like multiple times a day, and you know, I'm just letting you guys know straight up what's happening. I'm okay. I'm no longer sick. My blood tests are good. I am feeling better. No, I don't have diabetes. No, I don't have kidney failure. I'm sorry if I scared you. I'm sorry if you feel guilty for watching my videos now. Like I told Oriana, I was like, let me put myself in my viewer's shoes. If I made a video where I was crying about not feeling good, and then I made another video I was eating junk, I would not want to watch it because I'd be like, well, he's not feeling good, so I don't want to make him, you know? So I am sorry for that. I'm sorry for making you feel uncomfortable. I want you guys to feel happy on my channel, and you need to know straight up from me, with evidence and just experience. I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I'm starting to lose weight again. My blood tests are fine, and yeah. So I'm doing the no cheese thing for 1 week. It's been like 4 days, so I'm thinking a week from now, we'll see how the coughing goes. I'll bring dairy back in, but I'll only do cheese maybe 3 times a week or something like that, max. And off camera, I'm gonna start showing you guys what my meals are too. Not like what I eat in a day, but just it'll help me stay on track too for you guys to watch, you know? You know, if I have a bag of Doritos and I eat that on camera, you better know what else I ate that day. And I feel like I should. Because there's no way if I, like in Asia, where I'm eating a lot of unhealthy food 2-3 times a day, every day for weeks straight, that's not gonna make you feel good. But if you have a bag of Doritos, but you also had a smoothie and some green juice and a papaya salad, and you had some sardines or chicken breasts with brown rice and steamed veggies, if you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's about balance. It's kind of like outside. Right now we're going through dry season in Colombia. Orland's plants are miserable. They have spots, their leaves are dying, the flowers are gone. They look so bad. Actually, everywhere around the whole city, because a lot of people have flowers on their porches and stuff. That's very common in Colombia. A lot of people love flowers here. It's a very flowerful nation. Well, it's pretty like sad looking outside. The sun's cooking everything. Everything's thirsty. So then, what should you be like? Oh, well, the sun is bad, so just don't do it at all. Well, then you give the things just rain during rainy season. Some flowers do okay, but then others suffer. They get root rot. They get diseases. Even plants get viruses too, not just humans. So then they suffer. Oh, well, rain's bad. Just have sun. You need a balance of both rain and sun. Now I'm saying, what's beneficial of eating Doritos? Well, to feel mentally okay. There's also still nutrients in Doritos. It's not just 100% bad. Yes, there's bad qualities to it, but just like anything in life, like a person, you have a bad person. That bad person still has really good qualities about them. You know, let's think, what's a bad person we all think is bad? Adolf Hitler, right? I've read so many things about Adolf Hitler. People saying, well, he did this. Well, he was good to this. Oh, he donated to this organization. Oh, he was very bright. Oh, he was a very good father. I don't know. Was he a father? I don't even know. But you know, no one is 100% evil. You know, the Doritos still has 2% vitamin A. And vitamin A is still in there, even if it's 2%. I'm just trying to play devil's. It's not going to make the scale go like this if you have a bag of chips, if you're eating healthy. It's going to stay in balance. And that's, hopefully, I can illustrate to you, just like the sun and the rain, a balance of both, and the plants thrive. You don't want to pull one out. I don't ever. Why people always be like, are you ever going to go vegan again? I always say I'm never going to go vegan again. Well, that's why. I never want to be so deprived. I never want to feel like I'm struggling to get this and that. Where am I going to get my iron? Where am I going to get, you know? But also mentally, socially, are just as important to your health. If you feel stressed, you will die quicker than someone eating cheeseburgers. Yeah, stress has been proven to be our #1 killer. Not fish, not lean meat, not chicken. Stress. A lot of people, you can be on the world's healthiest diet for all I care. If you're stressed, if you're constantly worrying, if you're anxious and tight, you might get cancer. You might develop some kind of disease. Psychologically, you're not going to be well. That is just as important to your physical health. And that's why I feel like I will still eat a bag of Doritos if I want a bag of Doritos. Okay? Because also, if you think about it, a lot of vegans go crazy. I mean, I know I went crazy. But look how angry they are. Not all, but many. Look how angry they are. Commenting on all my videos. This is what happens when you eat animal secretions and you contribute to murder and death. It's like you're so cranky. You're just a robot spitting out the same information. You're not happy mentally. You might get... I just saw on the news like a month ago Oh, well, I don't know if it's been twisted because of the news, but a vegan got a heart attack. And I've been seeing lots of vegan YouTubers and vegan people being like, oh, well, it must have been his genes, but it couldn't have been the diet. It's like, you know what? Maybe that person was very stressed and very upset. Maybe that person felt very deprived socially and mentally. Oh, I don't want to eat that because it has a piece of butter, you know? It does play a role too. Orland's grandma is going to be 100 in a few years. No, I'm sorry, great-grandma. His grandma's passed, I'm sorry. His grandma has passed, but his great-grandma's still alive. She eats meat every single day, but you know what? She's very like, I don't want to say she's like into Buddha and meditation. You know what? I actually told Orland yesterday, or not yesterday, like 2 days ago, I was just like, I should take up meditation, because Orland, when I first met him, he did meditation. That has a lot of benefit too. Like I say, what happens up here determines what goes down here too. So I don't want to say she's into meditation because she's not. Does she even know who Buddha is? I don't know. I've never talked to her because she's very old, and also I don't speak Spanish. Not saying I can't talk to old people, but you know what I mean. But Orland told me his grandma was very like intense. She was a strict parent. She was stress. Orland's great grandmother, she eats meat, she eats dairy, she eats whatever she wants. But she isn't as mentally like thrown off whack, you know what I mean? Could it be genes? Yeah. Could it be luck? Yeah. Could it be God? Yeah. I mean, there's so much to life. You can't pinpoint this person died just because of this. Yeah, you can be like, yes, this person died of a heart attack, but why did he get the heart attack? Did he have like a bad gene? Was it passed down from the family? Was it his diet? Maybe he ate a great diet. Then what? Maybe it was stress. Was he, you know, it's very hard. It's easy to say this person died from cancer, but how did the cancer develop? There's a lot of questions unanswered. Oh my gosh, I've been talking for an hour, but I hope you understand what goes through my head with this whole subject. I want to be happy. I want to be able to breathe in and out and just feel content, proud what I'm doing with my life. Like, here's the thing. Everyone's saying, stop doing mukbangs, stop making these videos. But I mentally really enjoy making these videos. I love speaking my mind. I love pretending and telling myself that I have a friend. Oh my gosh, I sound so crazy. But, you know, that there's friends rooting me on behind this camera. I turn on my computer and there's thousands of people saying, I love you, Nick, and I've never had that before. I had a hard time making friends. I had a hard time keeping friends. I was always the weird kid. I also had behavioral problems. There's a lot of things that went into play. Plus the friends I made, some of them turned out to be terrible friends. I had some friends that were only my friend because of what I ate. Mukbang brings me happiness. So I am done with my update. I have no idea what I'm gonna call this video. I have a few in mind. I'll tell you guys right now before I upload the video. I'm thinking like reading my blood tests, or here's a good title. I got back from the doctor and he said, ... mystery. I thought about just doing something called like the real me. You know, the real me. Or coming out. Well, I'm not coming out. I don't know. I just feel like I needed to sit down and talk to you guys about this, about my health, about my weight, about how I feel, about what the heck is happening on this channel. First and foremost, I need to let you guys know that I'm okay. I feel fine. I know I don't feel fine, I feel great. And you need to know that because I feel like a lot of people don't think that. They referred to the video I made 2 weeks ago and they're like, wow, this is such a struggle bus. And yes, it was a struggle bus back then, but it's not anymore. Thank you so much for your time, for listening through this video. I guarantee that most people clicked out after the first 30 seconds, and that's unfortunate because but you know what? That's just how life goes. I feel like the people that really do need to know will know. You know, there's plenty of YouTubers I'm subscribed to, and I don't listen to their whole video. I mean, my video is an hour long. This is gonna be like an hour long. I mean, how can I expect people to give me an hour of their day? That's crazy. But here I am, talking to my friend.